and call the meeting to order. And at this time, we do have a quorum. All three commissioners are present. And Colonel Averill, would you like to lead us in the flag salute, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you, sir. No comments, no public comments?
Okay. I'd like to move a notice item, Resolution 17-198.
Second.
Good morning, Larry Unselman, Real Estate Services Manager with Public Works, speaking to Resolution 17-198, declaration of certain vehicles as surplus property and notice of intent to sell. There are about 25 items listed in this resolution which are no longer useful to Lewis County. The attached list have reached their useful life, and they've either been replaced or they're scheduled for replacement. And we would recommend that this surplus equipment be sold at auction on July 26, 2017. And the advertising for surplus property and sale will be completed in accordance with the surplus property ordinance. And the items will be sold at Ritchie Brothers at that time.
Looks like we keep our vehicles for quite a long time.
Yes.
Many of our vehicles. A lot of miles on many of them.
Yes, there are.
Thank you, sir. Okay, a motion is made and second to approve resolutions number 17-198, and that's under notice items. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed.
I move to approve the consent items, which includes the approval of minutes from the July 3rd, 2017 meeting, and also Resolution 17-199, the approval of warrants, claims against various departments.
Second.
Good morning, Commissioner. Suzette Smith, Chief Accountant, Auditor's Office, here to present to you Resolution number 17-199 on your consent agenda. This is the weekly approval of warrants and, in this case, payroll against the various county departments. For the week of July 3rd through the 6th, we issued 81 regular warrants, number 772-604 through 772-684, for a total of $233,907.57. In addition, payroll dated July 5th, we had warrants number 772-416 through 772-603, and automatic deposits 1 through 498 for a total of 685 combined payments, for a total of $3,575,389.33. We note the following warrants as a skip in sequence. These warrants were issued on behalf of our special purpose districts. Their commissions audit and approve them. 772-685 through 772-750. Questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Suzette. Okay, a motion is made and second to approve the consent items. That would be the approval of the minutes and then resolution number 17-199. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed.
I move that we approve our deliberation items, which include Resolution 17-200 through 203.
Second.
Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, speaking on the first two deliberation items. The first item is Resolution 17-200. This is a resolution to submit a grant to install an automated weather observation station, or AWOS, at the Packwood Airport. And so this particular grant application will be submitted to both FAA and DOT for grant dollars.
How was the dedication?
It was wonderful. I am still reliving the moments. I just downloaded the pictures. It was amazing. The community came together and had a great time.
Excellent.
Couldn't have had a better dedication.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Very appreciative to the Packwood community for their
And I know the one thing there that really, and I know that you brought it up there, is that, and I didn't really think too much about it, but the idea of transporting the pilots to and from the senior center for the Packwood Improvement Club dinner there. So that was a good thing. So that was really good, though. It was fun. It was fun. Lots of fun.
They were well received and they enjoyed their meal. I actually gave them a ride one way because they had so much food they needed to walk back. It was a great event. So moving on to my next agenda item, Resolution 17201, another resolution to approve submitting a grant to construct various site improvements at the Ed Carlson Memorial South Lewis County Field. So there are several improvements, just like we celebrated in Packwood. We're getting ready to construct some improvements at the South County Airport, and so the improvements include the reconstruction of the main parallel taxi, which is past its useful life, and requires reconstruction to the standard width, which is the standard width will be set 35 feet. And then also the existing vertical approach slope indicator, or VASI, is also past its useful life and will be replaced with the current standard, which is a precision approach path indicator, or a PAPI. So we're getting rid of the VASI and we're putting in a PAPI.
Okay.
Any questions?
So Larry Mason is moving from one project at Packwood now to the South Lewis County Airport.
That's right, and I am, this should be completed sometime this year, so we may have another dedication.
be
So we'll see
wonderful.
what the Toledo community can do to celebrate.
No, it's
Look
good.
forward to that.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Larry Unselman speaking to Resolution 17-202 regarding the proposed vacation of a portion of the Workman Road Extension. This road is just east of Mossy Rock, and the property owners abutting a portion of the end of the Workman Road Extension have requested that the county vacate that portion of the right-of-way. Any and all interests other than those requesting parties will be evaluated as part of an engineer's report. Passing this resolution would instruct the county engineer to examine that portion of road, evaluate the request, and file an engineer's report as required by RCW. A copy of the request from the property owners has been submitted. This resolution, again, would direct the county engineer to examine the road and report his findings back to this board.
We see a map? I think we have a map to show.
We do have a map. And it would be that portion we've got highlighted in red there. And we have requests from Dave Blankenship, Steve Meeks, and Jacob and Heidi Smith, which would be the three property owners that surround it at the extreme west end. And my understanding is that part of the proposal being made by Mr. Blankenship is that he would then grant the county a turnaround right at the end of the at the new end of the maintained road. Yeah.
So, Larry, along those notes, so in other words, because I know, I drove up there this weekend. So that's going to you're going to have to construct a turnaround there, though.
Yes, there is none presently.
Yeah.
And he would grant the right-of-way to the county for a turnaround there at the new end of road, and then it would have to be budgeted for, of course, but then it would be constructed by the county as...
That's not really, all that is it's very narrow there, and the property owners, so yeah, I don't know what that circle looks like or anything, but that's fine. Because to me, it looks like you're going to have to, it's not only Dave's property, you're going to have to take Steve and, well, not so much Steve's, but Heidi's property there, I know. Heidi and Jacob and Heidi Smith. Anyway, so, yeah.
That would be part of what we look at in the engineer's evaluation, is how we could, the best way to construct that, and whether it could be constructed all through the north side or whether it would have to come off of both sides.
Yeah, because that is really just pretty narrow up there, so, yep. Okay, thank you.
So the next one is approving a grant for Lewis County Water District Number 1 from the Distressed Counties Fund. And I know Commissioner Stamper is familiar with this arrangement, since you were the principal at White Pass High School. And
Yes, that's an interesting setup up there, because the Hampton also not only supplies water for the, not only supplies for their mill, but also supplies for the school and all those houses along there, and also the city of Randall. So it's a pretty big deal, so, yeah.
And with this, the funding, they would be eligible to apply for future funding
Yeah.
from other options for them. So this is would be very helpful
Yeah,
and
very
for
helpful.
future employment. Okay.
Yeah, that would be, yes. Okay. Okay, so a motion is made and second to approve 4 deliberation items, resolutions number 17-200 through 17-203. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed. Okay, now we're going to go into the hearing, which resolution is number 17-0204. And at this time, we'll first have a staff report, followed by a question and answer period. We will then close the question and answer period and open the hearing for formal testimony. And at this time, if anyone would like to receive public testimony, you can sign up. And the sheet is over there, I believe. And so at this time, Steve, would you like to?
Morning, Commissioner. Steve Walton, Central Services Director. Copies of the detailed budget amendment are over by the podium, as you mentioned before, and they're available for your taking. This hearing pertains to the recommendation to amend the 2017 budget as indicated in Resolution Number 17-204. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Chronicle on June 27th and July 6th, 2017. The notice, as published, reflected an increase in expenditures of $126,228 and an increase in revenue of $35,640, resulting in a decrease in overall fund balance in the amount of $90,588. There were no changes, and this is unusual, no changes subsequent to the notice being published that we now have to reflect as an update. So the general fund portion of this amendment is an expenditure increase of $39,633, an increase in revenue in the amount of $4,640, and a use of fund balance in the amount of $34,993. For the detailed portion, in the general fund first, there was an increase of $31,222 for the prosecuting attorney's office associated with an increase for training, public records officer position, and the STOP grant. There was also an increase for the sheriff's office of $5,341 for proceeds and expenditures related to ER&R and the sale of surplus vehicles, that's equipment rental and revolving ER&R, and also an increase for training. Then there was an increase of $2,500 for the coroner's office for indigent burials. For the other fund side of the house, Fund 122, Flood Control Authority, there was a $31,000 increase in associated expenditures for project costs related to the airport road building demolition. And then for Fund 505, Risk Management, there was an increase of $55,595 for costs related to a deputy prosecuting attorney working directly on county public document requests. And that's it for the details of this relatively short budget amendment. Any questions?
It is amazing, isn't it, this time of year, just to have,
It is. We'll take it, though.
yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, any other comments from the board? Okay, at this time, we'll go ahead and open questions and answer period for the public to ask questions. Any questions? Any questions? Pretty quiet out there today. Okay, we'll close the question and answer period. Now, at this time, would you like to have your opening comments be incorporated into the hearing?
Yes, please.
Okay. And now we're going to open the hearing for public testimony. None? Come on, there's got to be one. None? Okay. We'll go ahead and close the hearing for public testimony.
I move to approve Resolution 17-204 for the second 2017 budget amendment for current expense and other funds.
Second?
Okay. Motion is made and second to approve the hearing, Resolution 17-204, the hearing for the 2017 budget amendment for current expense. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed. Okay. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Now for the good of the order.
I was going to say again to Lee Napier, thank you for the work in getting the Packwood, or not the packing plant on Airport Road down by June 30th. Seemed like the eyes of the community it's almost down, or there's people, so thank you for getting it down.
I mean, that was quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Pretty fast for government.
And they
Nice
knew
job,
June
Lee.
30th
Good
was
point.
the deadline date.
Good
yes.
point. And again, thanks everyone for the Packwood and also the parade this past weekend too in Toledo. Great time, lots and lots of people, tons of people. And again, we have another one this weekend in Napavine, I believe.
Napavine.
So our little county is packed with a lot of civic pride. So it's wonderful to see everyone. And it's amazing to me, like, and again, been through a number of parades now, there's a lot of people that come from distances you would not think,
Yes.
I mean, to attend parades, but there are. Matter of fact, the majority of them are probably, not the majority, I'm not sure, I don't know, I have any indicator, but are from out of the county, for sure. So it's always fun. And I know that we get this at Mossy Rock a lot. The Blueberry Festival Parade, when they have that, there's campers that come in, and those are campers that come in and save their reservations year after year, so they know that they can not only go fishing and boating and camping and do all the other things, but they also get to come to the parade. So, and then the following week is the Jubilee. So they're very calculated, some people are. So good for our county, though. They do a wonderful job.
Yes. Yesterday, I attended the Coquito Pie Social, the annual fundraiser for the Lewis County Historical Museum, and was happy to meet Jason Matson, the new director of the museum. He has been the manager of Yardbirds, and I think he worked for Bacata before that. He's the one that helped restore the old Yardbird out there, and it was listed as one of the best roadside attractions in Washington State was that Yardbird. So hopefully he will put us on the map again at the Lewis County Historical Museum.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, at this point in time, any comments for the press conference?
Interested citizen.
Interested citizen.
Ron Avro, Greater Centralia area. And that Yardbird had to actually be built twice. The first time they had a little problem with the lumber deteriorating on it. What I did want to talk about is that the city council in Seattle is expected to pass an income tax They're claiming it's only for citizens over 250,000, and it would be a 2.5% tax, which they said if you were at the 250,000 level, it'd cost you $500 a year. That's not the real concern. This is the second attempt to establish a city income tax, it having failed in Olympia. And right behind that, Spokane is considering a state income tax. The Washington Policy Association believes this is a direct attempt on the part of a number of people to establish a state income tax by challenging at the city level of getting one on and having going to the courts, and the courts deciding whether it is truly unconstitutional to have an income tax in the state of Washington. This is drawing great concern. As you may know, I sit on the executive board of the Washington State Republican Party, and we will be developing a campaign to alert citizens to the impact of these attempts to establish city taxes on the general public in the state of Washington. I think this is a real threat, and we need to get the word out to people that what this is and for what it is intended to do, or we may see ourselves in the state of Washington with a state income tax.
When's the last time, Ron, I actually heard that, when was the last time they made an end run on that?
Well, it was in the last general election in Olympia. That one failed. This one is a city council decision. It wouldn't take effect till 2019, but it would certainly draw a court challenge.
So basically, it's a setup.
Yes, it's a setup.
Yeah, they're looking for bigger and better things, that's for sure. Okay, thank you, sir. Anything else?
Go ahead,
Oh, it is you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
your turn.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm always talking. You go.
Well, I'm not touching that one. With no further business, I move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made, second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned, thank you very much.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all four corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover Lewis County.